What happens when the biggest boy band in the world disappears, and then comes back stronger than ever? This is the powerful story of BTS and BTS. The Return, a comeback that changed everything. The documentary opens in silence. No screaming fans. No flashing lights. Just empty spaces where BTS once stood. Each member is shown in isolation, finishing their military service, living quiet lives, far from the global spotlight they once dominated. For the first time in years, they are just ordinary men. But that doesn't last long. Soon we see the moment fans have been waiting for. The reunion. One by one, the members arrive in Los Angeles. There's laughter, awkward hugs, and a strange feeling of unfamiliarity. They've been apart for so long, it almost feels like starting over. But the bond is still there, just hidden beneath time and change. As they settle in, reality hits. They're no longer the same group that left. The pressure is heavier. The expectations are higher. And the world is watching, waiting to see if they can still be BTS. The documentary then takes us inside their recording process. For their new album Erarang, things are different. There are disagreements, creative clashes, moments where doubt creeps in. Some members question, can we still do this? Others push forward, determined to prove they haven't lost their magic. One of the most emotional scenes shows a late-night studio session. Exhausted and frustrated, the group almost gives up on a song that just isn't working. But instead of walking away, they talk. Not as idols, not as superstars, but as friends. They open up about fear, burnout, and the weight of being BTS. And in that moment, something clicks. The music starts to feel real again. As the documentary progresses, we see them slowly rebuild their identity. Dance practices become sharper. Performances become stronger. And the chemistry that once defined them begins to return. Even deeper than before. But it's not all smooth. There are moments of vulnerability that hit hard. One member admits he's afraid they might disappoint their fans. Another confesses he's unsure who he is outside the group. These aren't the confident global icons we're used to. These are real people, trying to find themselves again. Then comes the turning point. Their first performance together after the reunion. Backstage, the tension is thick. No one says much. But you can feel it. The nerves, the fear, the anticipation. Now let's talk about what this comeback really means. Because the return of BTS isn't just another music moment. It's something much deeper. For years, BTS wasn't just a group. They were a global movement. They dominated charts, broke records, and built one of the most loyal fan bases in the world. But when they stepped away for military service, everything paused. And the big question was, can something that big still come back the same? The truth is, it can't. And that's exactly why this comeback is so powerful. Because instead of trying to recreate the past, BTS chose to evolve. In BTS, The Return, you can clearly see that they're no longer chasing perfection. They're chasing authenticity. They're more open about their fears, more honest about their struggles. And that actually makes them more relatable than ever. Another important thing to understand is the pressure. This isn't just any comeback. This is a comeback after global dominance, years of absence, and expectations from millions of fans. Most artists would break under that weight. But BTS didn't. Instead, they used that pressure as fuel. And then there's the fans. The reaction at their first performance says everything. The crowd didn't just cheer. They welcomed them back. Like they never left. And that's rare. Because in the entertainment industry, people move on fast. But BTS proved something important. When the connection is real, it lasts. What makes this comeback different is the mindset. Before, BTS was trying to reach the top. Now, they've already been there. So this time, it's not about proving anything. It's about meaning. And honestly, that's what might make this version of BTS even more powerful than before. Less pressure to impress. More freedom to express. So when you watch this documentary, don't just see it as a comeback story. See it as a transformation. Because BTS didn't just return to the stage. They returned with a new identity. And that raises one final question. Is this the beginning of their biggest era yet? or the start of something completely different.